it's Asika and I'm in my home studio, and I want to give you a tip for supta baddha konasana. And the modification that we tend to do for tender low backs or tight inner groins is to build, I call it a ramp. So you take the bolster, you get a block under the end, and I'm a huge fan of always using the belt around the pelvis and the feet, and that also supports the pelvis, the low back. I won't talk you through all of this part, because what I'm really interested in showing you is we build this ramp. It takes tension out of the low back, but for most people, and let's face it, most people are bigger than me, you get this sinking, and so instead of this firm ramp, you get this dumpy hammock, and then guess what? Your chest dumps, and your shoulders hike, and then the chin will tend to hike, and most people, because they're so happy that their back doesn't hurt, will just suffer through this and think, well, that's how it is for me. But if instead of having this, if you, I'm a little hampered here, I'm going to undo this. So I happen to know that with my props at home, that this is what works, is getting a block low like this. And you do, however you set it up, make sure that you don't have it so that the block that's at the end is hanging in the air, because then the person's going to lie back and their head's going to tip back and they're going to be like, this isn't actually better. If blocks don't seem to work well, then what you can do is get a blanket or something else. But the point is, you get something in the middle here to shore this up so that you don't end up in a hammock. And so this is way better than this sinking. But if you truly want to have it be a chest opener for people, for most people who have this ability to open up, you can add a blanket. And so I've got the blanket, and I just know this is going to hit me just below the shoulder blades so that I can really open up my chest. And then I take the far end and I roll it. I call this snail roll, so that's for my head. And then when I lie back, I feel like, oh wow, my chest is fully open, my groins are fully open, my spine is long, and I feel like I want to stay here. The only thing that's dropping here is my shoulders to open my chest more. So that's my big tip, and it works not only for supta baddha, but any pose where you're trying to take shortness out of the low back and create a sense of openness in the spine. Just make sure that you're not making hammocks. People don't really open up into hammocks. So that's my big rant on this pose. So do it for your students. Do it on yourself first, and let me know how it goes. Namaste.